Hey guys, happy Sunday to everybody. As promised, I am back to do a changing video of Miss Monroe since I had her in her sleeper like the last week, which I love the sleeper on her. This has now become one of my fast favorites for her, and hate to take it off of her, but I'm going to put on a really pretty little outfit. I actually forgot that I had that happens to me a lot. But anyways, I'm also going to talk to you guys about an interesting topic that Christina's Reborns channel had a video up of yesterday. Or is it today? Her most recent video. We're going to talk about that topic while I change her. The topic is, should we change the name of what we call our babies to help with all of the scams going on? And I was like, wait, I thought at first when I saw her title, I thought maybe she was talking about like COPPA and all the FTC regulations and all of that happening as the reason, but then I watched the video and realized it was because people are talking about all the scams going on and how we could prevent them. Well, I have my own opinion on this, and I thought I would share. So first off, I want to say one thing. Reborns is a name that was adapted to our hobby quite a long time ago, because where it comes from is because people would buy these Behringer dolls in from a store, like a regular store, like Walmart, and then strip them of the paint and the painted hair and all of that, and then reborn them into a art doll, essentially. That's really what was, I think that's how it really adapted and evolved to, dolls being called reborns. But because we also have other mediums, such as silicone dolls, I do not call my silicone doll a reborn. A reborn to me is a vinyl reborn painted doll, vinyl kit. And silicone dolls are silicone dolls. So there's reborns, there's one-of-a-kinds, there's silicone dolls, there are porcelain dolls. Like, every medium has a different type of name, and that's how I categorize my dolls. So as newcomers come into our hobby and into the doll community, they have adapted and think that when we say the term reborn, they're thinking majority of people are thinking it covers all mediums, which to me it very much does not. And there's a lot of confusion when people sell their dolls and they're calling their silicone dolls reborns when they're not reborns, they're silicone baby dolls. And so it confuses collectors beyond, it confuses me, because I have seen people post pictures and want to sell their doll, and they're just, the terminology that people use sometimes really isn't very accurate, and it's using the term reborn as a blanket term, and it's not to me. I think there's a big difference between calling your baby a reborn doll versus a silicone doll versus a one-of-a-kind versus I mean, think about it. I get that people are, the artists are bringing these dolls to life, but they're not reborning them. They're creating them from start to finish. It's not like they've stripped a doll. And because reborns are now used and created off of blank kits, they're not technically reborns either anymore. So the topic is about if we change the name to, I guess this person that started this whole topic that Christina was talking about wanted to call them artborns. So my initial response to that is, no. It's not. The name doesn't even sound right to me. But I'm also old school. I've been here for a really long time, guys. I'm kind of set in my ways. I like how things work. I think that people use the terminology however they use terminology. Whether it's incorrect or not doesn't really matter at this point. It's whatever. As long as you know what you're buying and know what you're getting. But my take on whether this would help with all the scamming, no. Scammers find a way, no matter what we name our dolls, no matter what we call them, they know that art dolls are much sought after, big ticket dollar buys. And if they can scam somebody out of their money because they put an amazing, you know, realistic baby doll, and I've even seen some of these sites put real living baby pictures up and say that's the doll they're getting. So I mean, you really just have to be smart about what you're doing. And if you can't figure out what it is you're buying, you need to ask questions. And if it's too good to be true, guys, guess what? It's too good to be true. Nice, high quality silicone dolls, reborn dolls, doesn't matter, either medium, they are not going to go for $100. So if you think you're going to find a $100 silicone doll that looks like a Claire Taylor baby or another high-end artist doll, you've got to understand that that doesn't feel right. I mean, if you do your research and you know, if you've been in the community for any length of time, you're going to know that these dolls are very expensive. We talk about it all the time. These are thousands of dollars. Even for what I would call a more affordable silicone doll especially, they're at least a couple $1,000s. And the ones that aren't are not good quality. They're not made with good silicone. I've seen people unbox these $100, $200, $300 silicone, full body silicone dolls because I'll stumble across them in my feed for my channel. And 9 times out of 10, people are like absolutely shocked. They didn't get the doll that was in the picture. Duh. They didn't do their research. They just assumed it was going to be a great deal. They spent all of their money on this doll, and then it either didn't show up at all or it showed up looking like not so good. And that's what the scammers are out to do. They're always looking to find a way to scam people out of their money because we fall in love with these dolls. We see a picture and they promise what we get in the picture, and most of the time that's not what people are getting at all. And people are heartbroken over it. I've seen time and time again. So changing the name is not going to deter at all. Like it's not going to deter scammers from scamming doll collectors. It's just not going to work that way. I'd love to think that they were not diligent enough, but if you call them art dolls, they're just going to start changing the names of what they're selling to art dolls. I mean, they're going to adapt to whatever it is we call them. Let's face it. That's their job. Like, that's what scammers do. They set out to do nothing but, and look at, I just stuffed her foot in there and there's like paper in there. Thought it wasn't going on very easy. If you hear noise, it's the wind blowing like crazy outside. So no, I really just don't think that's a good idea. I think that's not going to help. And I don't think people will adapt to that as well. Like, people know our dolls as reborns. Like, they call everything a reborn now. And people outside of the doll community also call all of these dolls, no matter what medium they are, which annoys me. It annoys me because I know there's a difference and there should be a difference stated, but whatever. That's just me. Who cares about stuff like that? Nobody else clearly does. But, yeah, nope, I don't think it's going to fix things. So let's not change what we already have going in our community. I think that what it boils down to, if you want to avoid being scammed, do your homework, okay? I say this about so many things that I talk about on my channel because you have to do your own homework. You can't base a decision, whether it's a sale we're talking about, whether it's the FTC and the COPPA regulations. You cannot base your opinions and base a potentially costly decision on someone else's opinion. You have to go search and do your own homework. And you're going to find usually with a lot of those scamming web pages that are selling dolls for cheap, there's a lot of Facebook groups that talk about the scammers. Become a member of that group. There's a reason why a long time ago, we collectors set out to have a scammers page so that we could actually continue to keep a list and continue to update it so that people know what's a scammer. You can go check it if you're unsure, if something looks too good to be true. 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be, and you're gonna find them on the scammers page, and if not, you can notify someone to add them to the list. So that's the best way to go about it, guys, not changing the name of what we call our dolls. I mean, I don't call her a reborn. I know that a lot of people probably think it's all the same. This is not a reborn. This is a full body silicone doll. And a reborn is what I'm hopefully expecting. I'm hoping it'll be updated that she'll be delivered tomorrow, because she's at our local distribution center, which usually means the next day they're out for delivery. So I am keeping my fingers crossed that my reborn, vinyl reborn doll will be coming home tomorrow. I'm hoping. Not worst case scenario, definitely Tuesday by the looks. So anyways, that's my take on that. You guys might think I'm really harsh. You might think I'm being mean or whatever, but I just get sick and tired of people trying to make up new ways to try to avoid scammers instead of just doing your homework. You got to do your homework. Sometimes it can't be helped, and yes, you're going to come across some sort of scammer or whatever, but if you listen to your gut instinct, and if something feels like it's too good to be true, I'm guaranteeing you that it's too good to be true. You just got to listen to your gut on a lot of things. And you can ask around, you can check around on things you don't know about. I mean, that's the only way I can tell people to kind of avoid being scammed. I mean, I've even been scammed. It's been a long time since that happened, but I'll tell you what, it scarred me. It scarred me, and it's the same scammer that actually ended up scamming everybody out of someone out of a Romy Stridham silicone doll. And she started off with me. I was one of her first scams, where she claimed a doll I sold her had all this damage to her. And then went on YouTube and tried to gain people that didn't like me, gain their assistance to try to come after me and to ruin my name, tarnish my name and my, my credibility and all of that. Like, it was really disheartening. And then she went on, after she got support from a couple of really big channels who didn't like me, by the way. That's why they got the support from her. She ended up scamming someone out of a Romy Stridham silicone doll. Full body silicone doll. Like over $7,000 scammed. And had someone actually done their homework and realized and looked at my reputation, they would have known there's no reason, after how many years of being in the doll collecting world, I would ever try to scam somebody or sell them a boo-boo doll. Especially when I had video of a complete inspection of the doll from the inside out, literally. And it was just ridiculous. So scammers will go to great lengths to try to get something for nothing. And there's always going to be someone out there that can try to scam you, but you have to just use good common sense, be safe, be careful, make good choices, do your homework, and hopefully it won't happen to you. Like, I never wish that upon any collector. It's awful being scammed. It's just a terrible, awful situation, and I don't want it to happen to anybody. But there's no way you're going to get them to quit doing it. That's the takeaway, is no matter what, you're never going to get people who are out to scam to stop scamming just by changing the name of the dolls we collect. That's just silly and naive. So that's my take on that. You guys can take it or leave it. Take it for what it is. Those are my thoughts. I'm certainly not going to be changing what I call my dolls. Full body silicone baby doll. Reborn for vinyl reborns. Like, that's just how I call them, by their names. Actually, I call them by Monroe. FYI, I haven't come up with a name for the new baby yet. I've got a couple I've been tossing around. But we'll see. We'll see when she arrives and see what I think of her in person. But yay, I'm so excited. I can't wait for this baby to come. Here is Monroe's little outfit, as I've been kind of showing you and not telling you. Not telling you where it's from. This is a Jacquardie swing top that I'm using as more of a dress because I like to have her little bent legs showing. Just a simple pair of pink tights. A pair of sparkly pink Jacquardie little booties, crib shoes, and that's it. I forgot I even had this shirt, the little swing top, but then as I was looking through, thinking about what I wanted to put on her, I decided this was the day for this. And I have a little pink sweater, Jacquardie sweater that matches this that I can put with this as well. But she's going to be inside where it's warm, so we're just going to cuddle today. But anyways, guys, I hope you're having a great Sunday. Stay tuned for a box opening video. I cannot wait. And Monroe and I will see you all very soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.